Well, hello there. Greetings. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. And here we are now in the month of June. Yay, yay, and yay. I know it is dark right now while I'm recording, but yeah, it is now the month of June. And I think some of us are very happy about that. And yeah, I am very happy that it is June. I am happy that it is summer. And I would also like to say that I am very happy that it is the lakeside season. And, well, uh, Memorial Day weekend was very nice at Lakeside. It was busy, and yeah, I am very happy with every memory that I was able to make during Memorial Day weekend at Lakeside. And, well, since then, ever since that Tuesday after Memorial Day onwards, it has been slow in Lakeside, and we will see when business picks up again. It feels like a dead mall at the moment. But, well, it has still been nice to see the regular customer base again. And it has also been very nice since then to have a couple of days off each week. And it was during one of my off days. This was last Thursday when I was driving to Cedar Point and I had the radio station on. And, well, for the last few years when I've been living here full time in Lakeside, a radio station that I have been listening to is 103.5. And, well, I find it really interesting how 103.5 in Cincinnati is an oldies station. And then up here in North Ohio, in this part, 103.5 is tuned in to a Christian radio station. And it was last Thursday at about 8:30 a.m. while I was driving to Cedar Point and I had the radio station on. That was when I heard what inspired this video here. God's not done with you. And I just figured that, yeah, why don't I just talk about this now? And I think this is a good motivation for anybody, especially as we get older and also when we are going through hard times. And I want to focus on those two things. And yeah, thinking back on when I was listening to the radio station, they were playing a song from someone named Taryn Wells. And this is a song that has come out over the last 10 years called God's Not Done With You. And yeah, it was just so inspiring to hear this. And after that song was done, they were mentioning how there is someone, oh, maybe she's involved with that radio station or another one, but they were mentioning how this person is 90 and she is still involved with hosting a radio station twice a week by giving her life advice. And it just made me think about how, well, a couple of things. When we talk about the older age, the subject, I think about how, yeah, if we can make it to 70, 80, 90, or 100, then, yeah, even into old age, like with what the radio station was saying, we can still serve God, and God is not done with us, even when we reach older age. As we get older, we can still serve at church, and we can still pass along very important life advice to people that we meet anywhere, or if we are in a Bible study. We can still contribute very good things and very important pieces of life advice as we get older. And yeah, I just think that is such an inspiring thing to hear. Because, yeah, I know I've talked about how I would love to make it to the age of 106 and break that world record to become the oldest person to ride a roller coaster. And sure, I would still love to break that record. However, there is also the serious work along the way. And there are people that I know now, and hey, for the next 73 years, who knows what else may happen? But probably more important work. And, as I try to make it to 70, 80, 90, and 100, I'm not looking to just have fun all of the time and never contribute to, what God wants. But rather, I do want to be there for people and contribute good things and inspire people to know God. And I think of certain ways that are very helpful towards other people. Like I said, contributing the important pieces of life advice to others about the Bible and God's way. And also, as we get older, we can still take people's phone calls, uh, when people need to vent about something that's been going on. And also, we can always pray. We can always pray for other people, even into older age. And God is not done with us. Even if we think that, I'm too old now to contribute in any important way. I don't think there's ever a time when we would ever really need to stop or feel that way. Because, yeah, as long as we can stay in good shape and everything's working right, then, yeah, we could be like that one person that we heard about on that radio station who is 90 and she is still contributing to, a Christian radio station with her pieces of life advice. And, I think about someone else who is not the age of 90 yet, but he is still out there performing. And, this is Bob Dylan that I'm talking about. And, yeah, Bob Dylan has had quite a journey through his life with his music and his personal life. And, Bob Dylan has definitely had some times where he was feeling done and wanting to quit. In the mid to late 70s, when his personal life was not going well. And then in 1987, when Dylan felt like retiring after that last tour with Tom Petty. And then in 1990, when again his personal life was not going well and he had another album that did not do well. Yeah, there were times when Bob Dylan felt like he was done and wanting to quit the music business. And, well, I'm glad that he did not quit. And, ever since the early 1990s, there have been some really inspiring songs that he has either written or covered or shared with us. And for the audience that is still out there of Dylan fans like myself, we have definitely learned some important things from Bob Dylan in older age. You know, when Bob Dylan was making the 3 albums of Frank Sinatra songs, I know I've mentioned this before. There was the one song that really stood out to me from Triplicate, and that was the song Braggin'. Braggin', wasting all your time just bragging. And ever since I heard that song, it has made me think to myself, do I really want to brag about everything in my life, or should I keep some things to myself? And that was something I learned through Bob Dylan when he was older, and, you know, he was not done. He continued to persevere, and he shared that song with us. And, I learned something from that. And then also from Bob Dylan's radio theme time show, there was the message once of don't take everybody to be your friend. And boy, have I really thought about that over time, because I know when I was younger, I used to think that if I was in a crowd where I was interested in the subject, like if I was involved in a bowling league crowd or other crowds that, I'm interested in being there, I would just automatically think, hey, I've made a few friends here. Hey, I can probably get along with every person here. But there can still be people in any group out there who do not have good intentions. And, I've been through this where some people have wanted to use me and ask for money or for car rides, and they were not really my friend. You know, um, yeah, I've gone through that, and well, I take that with me now. Another life lesson from Bob Dylan that he contributed to the world in older age, and that was don't take everybody to be your friend. And yeah, those are 2 very important things there. Don't take everybody to be your friend, and try not to brag. And, well, we learned all of this from Bob Dylan because he kept on with recording music and sharing music. And yeah, there were some times when Bob Dylan probably felt that he was too old to contribute anything else to the world. And also, he went through some hard times emotionally and felt like giving up with recording music and sharing music. However, God was not done with him, and God is not done with us either. And I just hope that all of this makes sense, that, if you are wondering as you get older, oh, do I have anything left to contribute now that I'm getting older? or if you are going through a hard time emotionally, just remember this message. God's not done with you. God's not done with you. God is not done with you. There is still more to contribute to the world, and yeah, we want to continue sharing the important life lessons with people and encouraging people to know the Lord and accept Him. And yeah, I would just encourage anyone to persevere as they make it into older age. And if you are ever going through a hard time emotionally with whatever challenge that might be, just keep on keeping on. And I hope that we can continue serving God and encouraging others to know Him. God's not done with you. I just hope that this all makes sense, and I hope that this is inspiring. And yeah, let us just continue to encourage each other and pray for each other and wish the best for each other. And remember, there is more to come in the future, and God is not done with you. I just wanted to share all of that in this video. I know that this was not on the schedule at this current time, but ever since I heard this message last Thursday while I was driving to Cedar Point, it has just been so strong in my mind, and I wanted to share all of this today. And I hope that this is motivating. And as always, I wish you the best with everything going on, and remember that God is not done with you. So, yeah, thank you for listening to another talking video with me here. And I hope that this has all made sense and that you can take this message with you. So, thank you for listening. Remember, God is not done with you. And I'll see you all again for some more videos really soon. Thank you.